Welcome to Ni Santas Ni Diablas,
where we are unapologetically imperfect.
Join us as we defy society's labels of what it is to be a good girl.
We're your hosts, Kay,
Miriam,
and Rami.
Welcome to the safe space.
Oh, that part we say together.
Welcome back to another episode.
Welcome. Hi.
Hey guys.
How's it going? What's new?
Bad Bunny is new.
That Bad Bunny is new. If you didn't hear it, what's wrong with you? It's been over 24 hours.
Facts.
Yeah.
Dude, I woke up that morning.
Listen.
Literally, and I got ready to it.
Nice.
It was
that night it dropped. I was in bed and I was on FaceTime, so I didn't realize the time. And I looked and I was like, oh, it's past 12.
Nah, I was knocked out.
And then I started playing it and I was just listening in bed. And then what song is it? Después de la playa or something like that.
Yes.
And
with the mambo.
Yeah. And I was in bed. I was like, oh shit.
10 out of 10. Chef's kiss.
Chef's
Every
kiss.
song, 10 out of 10.
I was like, wow, blew me by surprise. I was like,
literally.
love it.
And the amount of songs on there.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I'm set for the summer.
We needed that.
I'm set for the summer.
Yeah. Okay, I have a confession. This confession is like telling a Caribbean person you don't like plátanos. Bad Bunny, I like him.
We're not surprised.
Music wise, I'm like, I kind of got to a point where it's like.
But she didn't even listen to it, so.
Did
you listen?
I listened to a little bit and I got really tired of it.
Oh.
No.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I like him aesthetically as a person.
Yeah.
And like his, like how he is. I don't know, just his music doesn't do it for me.
But I feel like this album wasn't really dedicated to like reggaeton and like that sound. I heard a lot of like electric sounds.
It's not so much
more like other Caribbean sounds.
It's him. It's his voice.
I don't know. His voice does something to me. He could say Bad Bunny, baby.
It's something about his voice.
Just
it doesn't make me cringe. It's just like, okay, that's Bad Bunny.
No,
but
love it.
I love him. I generally do love him. Like,
no, I just really like how he incorporated different sounds, so it's not just like
he's just a genius.
But if they shoot me, like if I had a gun to my head, like
he was in the Bronx today.
Yeah, he was.
I know.
You
saw that? I was like
going crazy.
151st Street. Yeah.
And he was on at a bar in the city too.
He was in Brooklyn.
So
yeah. I missed it. I was at work or whatever. But
I hate people who are able just to like, they just so happen to be at the right place
at the right time. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I was like, because who the hell knew he was going to be there?
No one's going to know. That's the part.
Like, you literally have to be walking by and be like,
oh shit,
this is Bad Bunny.
Like, that has to be God putting that in your presence. But yeah, I love it. Everything was genius. I am so excited for the concert.
Can't wait.
Oh my God.
Can't wait.
That show is going to be phenomenal.
I mean, it kind of makes sense why he had that DJ, because he's like electric EDC. I mean, ED whatever.
EDM.
Yeah, EDM music. So it kind of makes sense.
He
the
is
album,
a
you
genius.
can hear that.
I would tell you that musically, like, he definitely evolves at the right time.
But I like how he can track back to the basics. You know what I mean? He doesn't forget about that.
He's just well-rounded.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've recently met artists, especially like in the Spanish industry, that is well-rounded.
And like
that.
True and honest.
Yeah.
And like
because I feel
for
like
the people.
Even everybody knows I'm like a huge fan of Romeo Santos. Like Romeo Santos, Bad Bunny is like right after. Like Romeo Santos is still number one because that's my baby.
I was about to say, wait, hold on.
And then Bad Bunny is like really close. But Bad Bunny could do everything Romeo Santos can't. He's tried, but it just sounds horrible. He just needs to stick to his bachata. Sometimes a merengue here and there, salsa, okay.
Yeah.
But after that realm, Romeo Santos can't.
No.
Like he's tried the reggaeton. I mean, it don't do it how like Bad Bunny, like he just pulled up in a merengue song and
killed it.
How?
Killed it.
How? I don't even know how he did it, but he did it. And it's not like he switched up so much.
No.
Because he still has the same sound. It just worked.
There's people who are just super musically inclined and like have that ability that they're
have that range,
talented to do that, you know. And there's just people like for example, like Mark Anthony. His niche is salsa. That talent is his salsa. If he goes somewhere else,
it's not the same.
And so the same thing with Romeo Santos, bachata, you know. And I think people try to evolve in like other. I think I'll give him that.
He's just more fluid of an artist than others.
Yeah, and that's what I like about him. And he's like authentic.
Yeah,
and like I feel like he's my best friend.
He seems so genuine.
No, for real.
Like
when
that's why I love him so much.
real.
Like I'll be on his Instagram watching his stories, and I feel like it's just one of my homies.
Yeah,
Like,
I was watching him when he was at the restaurant. It was in Brooklyn. And he was in his suit. I was like, oh, he's out today.
yeah,
Like,
oh, look at that. That looks like a cute
He
restaurant.
didn't hit me up. Whatever. It's
So,
okay.
I love that about him.
He does seem
So.
super genuine.
But anyways,
On a different
down
matter.
to a daunting topic, a very strenuous topic. Unfortunately, as a woman in 2022.
I know.
2022.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Not
It's
me.
not 1973. It's 2022.
I figured it wasn't happening from the last couple years how things were moving.
I didn't.
Honestly,
I didn't, because we're in 2022. 2020 fucking 2.
I don't know. I mean,
I did
if
not
you don't
see that
figure it out,
coming.
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Because I was shocked back for those, what was it, 4 years ago when everything happened. I thought
Yeah.
that was never going to happen, that person coming into presidency.
Yeah.
So this doesn't shock me, honestly.
It does and
Unfortunately.
it doesn't. A little bit. It's just like we're backtracking that back.
Yeah.
And then a little bit like, I don't know, doesn't, because there's been so many like hands, so many like, I don't know, hands in the pot
Yeah.
that have an influence.
That's why I'm just like,
What the fuck?
how?
But yeah,
How did we get here?
exactly.
Opinions
confused.
and not true factual facts and
Yeah.
just natural born rights.
Yeah. I just wanted to start off with just like the case history and like the foundation of how we got here in the first place. So the case is called Roe v. Wade. I got this article from PlannedParenthood.org. If you want the link, I'll send you the link. They also have their resources at the end of the article, so you can backtrack it for all the credits, all the whatever. So it says here on January 22nd, 1973, the U.S. Supreme Court announced its decision in Roe v. Wade, a challenge to a Texas statute that made it a crime to perform an abortion unless a woman's life was at stake. The case has been filed by Jane Roe. They probably didn't put out her real name. An unmarried woman who wanted to safely and legally end her pregnancy. Siding with Roe, the court struck down this Texas law. Its ruling, the court recognized for the first time that the constitutional right to privacy is a broad enough to encompass a woman's decision whether or not to terminate her pregnancy. And that was in 1973.
That was how many years ago?
Girl, I felt mad.
Where's my calculator?
You said
It's right there.
1973?
1973.
49 years ago.
49 years ago.
Almost 50 years ago.
Yeah, there's some people who were like still alive. There's women who marched that, supported that, and then now they're here doing the same thing.
That must suck. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. I've been like, this shit
But
again.
if you really think about it, it's the same shit with the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like these same people fought to end segregation, and then
Here
you're
I
back
am
here.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am again.
It's just like, dude, do we just never do just white like
Yeah.
conservatives just
Facts.
always have the one up like
Yeah.
forever? Like when, like it sounds bad, but like at some point it becomes exhausting.
Yeah. No,
It's
it
like
is.
you're fighting for simple rights.
And I feel like
Yeah.
some people just like kind of accept the fact. Like that's just how it is.
I can see that.
Mhm.
I can see some people are like, what's the point?
Exactly.
I've seen documentaries where people who have been fighting for causes,
They just give up.
the amount, there's like certain instances in life where like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking because it's like they put everything. People who have risked jobs, families,
Yep.
their lives.
Yep.
And they still have to go out
Yeah.
and deal with it.
So this all came about now due to an draft opinion that was leaked to the Washington Post. It was a 93-page draft opinion by Justice Samuel Alito, a Supreme Court justice, regarding the overruling of Roe v. Wade. I tried to go on the Washington Post, but that website you have to pay for. So I did find a link with the documents on there. If anybody wants it, more than welcome to share that with you. It has a draft opinion in the article, so I can send it out to whoever wants it. I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but that's something I feel like we should all like kind of read or just like see.
Yeah, for sure. So, how did this, like, the draft opinion came out?
Mm-hmm.
So, generally, what did it say?
Well, his stance on it,
Mm-hmm.
this is what one of the quotes from it. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to read everything. It says Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. So like from the start, that was not something he cited from, but which I found it funny because I'll go on later to go like who's on the Supreme Court.
Well, first of all, you said he.
Yeah,
That you started with he.
He, yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I was reading this one article that stated that I think it was like on the NPR website, he had no comment on Roe v. Wade when he was first elected. So he was just like,
just trying to get elected.
yeah, just trying to get elected. And starting now, it's a problem. Now it's an issue. But I feel like it kind of comes down to your rights and who you were nominated by, and their rights and their sides and like what they stand for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he just goes back to like, which has always been the root of why this is an issue. I think he goes more about it like, oh, this is not this is a moral issue.
Yeah.
Versus like, oh, it's your right.
Pro-life versus pro-choice.
Yeah.
Which for me, those two things make no sense for me. Because when I'm my opinion is I am pro-choice. That means pro-life.
Yeah.
In my mind,
Yeah.
in everything that I believe in, that is pro-life, because I'm pro for that person who needs to make that decision, no matter what the reason is.
Yeah.
That person is a living being, and they have that right to make that decision. And it's just that whole morality of like, so you're pro-choice, you like killing babies, like immediately.
Yeah.
That's the argument. You like killing babies. I say it in the Southern accent.
I mean, because we know like what
Generally,
states, because
generally
this overruling is gonna not make it a federal law. It's gonna be state regulated, and obviously some states have certain opinions. Some states are red. A lot of states are red states that are most likely to overturn it. They are really in favor of this.
Right. So let's just go on with the background. Who's in the Supreme Court, and then we'll get into our opinions.
Facts. Okay. So we first have here John. Oh, wait, I got all this from supremecourt.gov. All easy access.
Just simple
easy
facts.
access information. John G. Roberts, nominated by George W. Bush, Republican. Clarence Thomas, nominated by George W. Bush. We have here Stephen G. Breyer, nominated by Bill Clinton. That's old.
That's dumb old.
Samuel A. Alito, George Bush. Sonia Sotomayor, shout out to Shorty.
I know.
Nominated by Barack Obama.
Love her.
We have Elena Kagan, nominated by Barack Obama. And then unfortunately we have the last three. We have Neil Gosher. I think it's honestly I don't care to pronounce it correctly. Nominated by Donald Trump. Brett Kavanaugh, puke, nominated by Donald Trump. And then we have Amy Coney Barrett, nominated by Donald Trump. So as we can see here, most of these justices were nominated by Republican presidents. So that would be George W. Bush, Donald Trump. I have to double check Bill Clinton because
he was a Democrat,
right?
Yeah, but
the majority of the people who are on the Supreme Court are from presidents who based a lot of their winning their presidency of having that one point, I am pro-life.
Yeah, I'm a pro-life and I'm a Christian American. Like
I'm a God-fearing
man.
When action says otherwise as to if they really are.
Yeah.
So that unfortunately is, as time gone on, is always anybody who is voting for a president. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know anything else, but I know he's pro-life.
Yeah. So that's what I don't know if we've touched about this before.
Mm-hmm, a little bit.
Especially being raised in a Christian household.
Yeah.
I know, thankfully, my dad is 100% liberal. He's 100% like pro-choice.
Yeah.
Does he agree with abortion? I never asked him because it's none of his business.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know. He might not personally agree with like if he was in that situation with his partner, he probably would be like, let's not.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know. I've never asked because, like I said, he's a man. What does his
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care what he thinks. So there's always been this conflict, especially when it comes around elections. Like you hear it. Every Christian man will say, "Oh,
every Christian cis man."
True.
I'm sorry. What does this mean?
Straight.
Heterosexual.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
So they will automatically go towards, oh yeah, I'm Republican.
Yeah.
Pro-life.
Yeah.
Literally ties hand in hand. Because what else do you support about Republicans? Because most of them are poor, so it's not like you're rich and I'm Republican because of the taxes and the tax breaks, and I'm rich and they
don't talk about any other topic.
No,
they don't talk about education and I don't know, immigration. They're conservative. Tax cuts.
It narrows down to that and the LGBTQ.
Yeah. You're not gay, sir. Why does it fucking matter to you? You're not gay.
Those are the two things.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Being part of the LGBTQ community or pro-life, pro-choice. That's where most Christian cis males make their choice when it comes to voting.
Yeah. Their blatant choice.
I don't know why that's so important to them.
I don't know.
Sexuality and then abortion. Yeah. I'm neither of them should really affect you.
They don't affect you.
It's not your body. It's not your relationship.
You want to know why I've come to see they think as to why the reason why they make this decision. Of course, it's morality.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, their opinion is crazy because it's why? Yeah. They see it as abortion's allowed, gay rights are allowed. It's a free for all to sin.
Basically, I think they go back to okay, the Bible says no murder, and I guess somewhere I don't know where they pulled it out. That based on them, they say you can't be gay or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't have the things to back it up. That's just what they say. So I think they align those two things. It's oh wow, those are sins. But then what happens when you're cheating and you're lying and you're stealing? Which, let's be honest, not to point the finger because Democrats do it too, but what do Republicans do?
Point the finger.
No, they steal.
They cheat.
Oh,
you know how many mistresses they got?
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not surprised. So why do we narrow it down to this much sin versus sin is sin?
Sin is sin, period.
You want to know why? Period. You want to know why? Because it's profitable. You're going to get more followers saying I'm pro-life than I'm pro-choice.
Yeah.
They're not doing it. I 100% these presidents. At the end of the day, it's who wins. Who wins? Who gets it? These elections, everything, what is based on the foundation is power and money, basically. If they want something, they're going to go after something that people who are so uneducated about, but feel so strongly about.
Do you see those rallies? How Trump would talk to these crowded crowds of people and literally just spew out exactly what they want to hear.
Yes.
And it's you see it at a lot of southern states, just spewing out Christian this and no abortion and blah 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 blah.
But then you're allowed to say
hype them up.
But then you're okay. So you support all that, you're cheering him on or whatever.
Yeah.
But then so you're supporting also a man who's harass women.
Yeah.
Sexually.
Yeah. They turn a blind eye.
Oh.
Do you not see these
fornicate?
Yeah.
Men always.
I'm sorry. It just doesn't add up.
Men always had an opinion, unfortunately, about women.
Unfortunately.
About women. About how women should live their life. Yeah. How women should be to a man and all that. They've always had that opinion. Another part that blows me away was a lot of them wasn't in my experience from the Trump industry, that Trump charade. It wasn't the men. Yeah. It was the women.
Yup.
I would want him to grab me right in my pussy.
Yeah.
Like, some of the stuff they would say.
Same women supporting him are going to be the same women trying to rally women together to fight this. Like, no, this was you.
Mm-hmm.
This was fucking you.
Yeah, so it's astonishing to see men. Unfortunately, it doesn't surprise me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They always think they have a say. But when it's women blatantly talking about themselves, when you say that, you're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
That represents you.
Mm-hmm.
But God forbid it happens to your daughter.
Yeah.
To your niece. Like a man touching, of anything that they always are like, we can look past.
Yeah.
It's different. It's always these uneducated, like, I'm going to keep saying this. It's the uneducated, the ignorant, and the not willing to be open-minded.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, and I think people get that confused too. Open-minded means accepting everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that. Open-minded is, I'm going to learn before I open my mouth. Because if I'm going to open my mouth without any education, it lacks any meaning. And we live in a time where that's really big right now.
Yeah. I just feel like, as simple as it sounds, like, when you go to church, free will. And I feel like this is free will.
I was literally going to go there because I'm sorry. I've never felt like God was like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
You have to do this.
Yeah.
That is sometimes like, this is the way. And then, but like you said, free will.
Free will.
Like, as a Christian, a Christian should know. Those cis Christian men should know. And God gives you free will. He gives you a choice.
Yeah, you had that will to sleep with someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah, outside your marriage.
Yeah.
and I know there's a lot of people who don't believe, but in the Bible, there's so many acts that he himself performed on this earth, showing free will and showing to be not judgmental.
Right.
There's a story where a woman was being literally beaten and just ashamed for an action she did. And they brought Jesus to the woman to be like, Jesus, you got powers, right?
Yeah.
Like, discipline
Strike her down. Yeah.
And he was like, first of all, y'all do not live without sin.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say something, you guys better. If you
Jesus says, check yourself.
Literally.
He said, check yourself.
I know what you did last Sunday. Check yourself.
and that for me was saying, like, check yourself. You're not gonna try to embarrass me. I know what I am, and I know what I preach, and stuff like that. And they do, the Republicans, the Christian, they do the complete opposite. And what's unfortunate, it works for them.
Yeah, they throw the first stone and they think it's the right thing to do. Like, they just...
And I've never seen men get so butthurt about this topic.
Yeah.
They get so butthurt.
You know what? I've been actually trying to stay off. I'll post my little thing. Like, everybody knows I'm 100. Like, one of the requirements to be, like, in my life, I always end up asking, like, how do you feel about pro-life?
Yeah.
Pro-choice, like Roe versus Wade. Depending on when you stand, like, I will not fuck with you. Like, if you're like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely 100% pro-life, like, how can you do that? How can you kill babies? Blah, blah, blah. I'm glad you feel bad for a zygote. Like, I'm so glad you feel bad for a couple cells.
What about that woman? What about the situation she was put in? Did she have resources? How did that pregnancy come about? Was she molested? Was she raped? Was it an underage marriage?
Did she just not want the baby?
I don't
Was it incest?
Yeah, don't tell me the reason. It's not my.
It doesn't matter.
Business.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
there's
not my
X, Y, and Z. Like, the list goes on and on. And
What
at
if she
the
can't-
end
she
of
don't
the
want
list,
one?
at the end of the list, if she wants to get an abortion, she wants to get an abortion.
Yeah.
It's not unfortunately, it won't affect me. This is how it's gonna affect you. You make that decision.
Yeah.
I saw this guy, I forgot his name. I saw a video, and he goes to a pro-life protest. And majority, all of them were white women and stuff. And they were just chanting pro-life, and he came with questions. He's like, "Why are you for pro-life?" Well, I don't agree with murder. There are so many different options. There's adoption and stuff like that.
How many?
Give your baby up for adoption.
Oh, yeah, I see that
And he was
TikTok.
like,
He's
would
you
you
adopt?
He goes, how many have you actually
You
have
adopt
adopted
that?
children?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh no, I have my own children.
Yeah.
And he goes,
I seen that.
okay. And I think he asked also too, okay, how
What
many
do you-
are okay with having children be adopted by gay couples?
Yeah.
And they were all like they completely like were stopped in their tracks, and that blows my mind. Like, like I said, lack of education.
Yeah, because their first thing is like, well, have the baby, adoption, and then you look at the foster care system, and that's a shitty system.
Yep. My mom worked for it.
System.
It is a hard system. It's a sad system.
It is.
How many kids
get abused,
lost in the cracks?
Yeah, because these people care more about, like I said, these people that are like pro-lifers care more about a couple cells that are in your uterus versus the live being that you literally fought to be alive. They care more about the cells than the life in the system and what it's going through, being raised through like poverty, being put through these strenuous situations, living the life like literally the kid did not ask for this.
Yeah. And another thing about adoption, especially with white couples, if you look at a lot of white couples, adoption doesn't take place in the United States of America.
No,
they take place in other countries.
Yeah. But that's also
adopted this Nigerian baby. Let me put it on a.
That's also okay. So yeah, that too. But I feel like America doesn't even make it easy to adopt either.
No, they don't. It's expensive, but
I feel like it depends your situation. Like if you have the funds and you have the resources, then like it's easy.
Yeah, but you have to have the funds. It's cheaper to adopt someone overseas than it is in your own country.
Yeah.
And
also, if I feel like if it wasn't a money thing, that's another thing. Like, okay, so what's the difference between that and like what's it called?
In vitro?
No. No, like adoption and the money behind adoption and human trafficking.
Oh yeah, it's weird. I find it so weird. Like we went to China and we adopted a baby. I'm like,
but like you basically just
you're a white family. Why didn't you get a white baby? Like why?
I never understood that. But
and it's
not, like, why'd you choose?
But it's astonishing. It's astonishing because we live in the United States of America. It is a freaking melting pot.
Yeah. But America just makes it so hard.
It is extremely hard.
It's really, really hard. And I'm not sure how much it costs for like the adoption process. And I feel like it's really long too. But I know it's pretty hard, and it's probably just easier overseas. You just pay it and they ship them to you.
Yeah, because I feel like it's constant like, paperwork, payments, visits, relationship, checking you out,
which is good. Don't get me
good.
wrong. Like
you have to foster before you can adopt.
Yeah.
Which I understand. But here's another thing about people adopting, and this is why kids fall so bad in the foster system. No one wants to adopt a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old.
They just grow in the system.
And once you're 18, you're done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Once you're 18, you're done.
And we all know 18 ain't grown.
18 is not grown. Absolutely not grown.
I'm barely grown.
So
I still need my mama.
A lot of times these people who straight couples who want to adopt, they want that newborn. They want that baby. They want that, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of children of color also do not get adopted.
Yeah.
And you know what else this brings me back to? The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, God.
I've never watched it. I heard it's really good.
So this whole thing coming back, I feel like that's gonna happen. Like, I feel like there's gonna be some sort of Gilead, maybe not to that extreme where they're like literally beheading women.
Yeah.
But I feel like
going back to the basics, old way.
Women need to procreate.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, people are scared that there's not much reproduction going on.
Can we put a pin in that?
Yes.
Because I just wanted to ask, like, the theories or what you think of why is this happening?
Why it's coming back?
Yeah, like, why do you think they want to overturn, like, the federal law and make it state regulated? Why do you think that is? I mean, like, I have my reasonings, but
yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any OG reasonings. I personally think that would be benefit for the government.
Yeah.
But because I feel like abortion is cheaper than freaking, financing.
Cheaper for you.
For you.
You don't think it's cheaper for because
it's not about it. It's like, I mean, like, for me and just like reading up on stuff, I will like kind of,
I don't think it's about religion at all. I just think it's
so?
about population, especially white population.
I think it's about money, but
Exactly.
I don't know how. Like I feel
Exactly,
like everything comes when it comes to America, everything comes down to money.
I think it's a profitable.
And each baby is a dollar sign. You know, you go to the hospital. Oh, you're going to be in debt now. That's money. Someone's getting paid.
Okay.
I just feel like having a baby is the most expensive thing.
Yeah, but then don't like not a lot, I guess. But like then you fall into like people who depend on the government.
Yeah.
Isn't that debt towards the government? Like when you get food stamps, when you get housing, like isn't that a debt?
For me, when I say profitable, I don't think about
like
I don't think about keeping the baby.
Uh-huh.
I think profitable about every election.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have people vote.
Yeah.
We're gonna get them votes.
I was thinking about election, but I don't think it's election time yet. I was like,
the primaries are coming up in November, I believe.
Oh yeah,
I think this is all a build up to the government staying in power on certain things. Like the democracy, okay, we're the so-called democracy. We elect a president, right?
Yeah.
The president still has no will or right to veto or a law. They can pass a law, but it's initially the Supreme Court justice who votes for it or vetoes it. So it's like, okay, we need these topics to make
Doesn't
moves.
the president have some sort of veto
I thought so. I don't really know
power.
how it works. I know they have a veto power, but I know they can't do shit by themselves.
They can't.
I know that much. Like I know like even if they want to make something a law, it has to go through the I think it's both, right?
Congress.
It has to be voted.
But that power is there. It's not about that one person.
Yeah. I just think that this is all happening because
population. You say more population.
And I say white population because it's more likely those red states to overturn that. Those red states are Republican. Those red states are majority. Those red states voted for Trump and voted those people in power. And I feel like also like capitalism, workforce. Who gets blue collar people? They get exploited. They get overworked. And I feel like there's not enough people like in the workforce. And I know for millennials, they're not having babies. They're not having babies as Gen X, baby boomers. They're not. They can't even take care of themselves.
Right.
So you're taking away abortion. Some people are going to have these babies. You know what I mean?
They're going to have no choice to have the babies.
I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. You guys remember that?
No.
I do.
What was it that Schoolhouse Rock?
I remember that. But I can see the whole population thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like
we're overpopulated as it is.
Not only that, but I feel
people
like
are having less babies.
People are having less babies, but I feel like that whole population thing, like I get where you're coming from, but then like when you mention white population, like I'm just a little confused because I feel like this will affect more
colored
minorities because I feel like you mentioned in previous episodes, if a white family wants their daughter to have an abortion, she will successfully have an abortion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I feel like majority people on government assistance are white people. So like so they're not they're like on that poverty line. They don't have access. They don't have resources. They're going to have these babies. You know, a lot of...
So you're talking about like poor...
Yeah.
Like white folks.
Yeah. And like those are the people, die hard Trump, missing 5 teeth. You know what I mean? So it's like those people that put those people in power. And like even them, they're like, when all this like, what was it? When like the Black Lives Matter stuff was happening, they're like, oh yeah, no, white power. We don't have enough white people. You know what I mean? So I just feel like that can be a reasoning why this is happening. Because they're afraid to not be the majority anymore.
Okay, I see.
I can see that.
I can see it.
I can see that theory.
Miriam sent us a TikTok. Oh, what country was it? Romania, where they banned abortion.
Yeah.
All these children were born. They were on the streets, and because that person in power just wanted more people to work, like just bring that economy, bring that workforce up, and a lot of those kids were
on
abandoned.
Streets.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I get where you're coming from too. We do live in a world where money is so powerful, and the workforce is.
Yeah. Like,
So-
who wants to work those like factory jobs? Who wants to do all that? Not these white folks.
But then that's it's like all brings us back to a man's decision, a man's opinion on this. It's like, why do you want me to keep the baby so bad?
Mm-hmm.
What does it do for you? How does that as a man?
What do you
benefit?
mean, like a man in a relationship?
No, just a man in general, always like against abortion.
Yeah.
Like, how does that affect them? Like, why are you so, like, we always ask, why are you, like, is it because you think we need to be more populated?
Mm-hmm.
Or is you think your race is becoming lost? Like, or you want more money?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, I feel like there's just like a multitude of reasons. And obviously for each person, it's different. And for people with power, I feel like at the end of the day, it's about money, not religion.
I feel like religion is a cover up for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Religion
That's
is
a
what
blanket.
Religion.
You take off that blanket, there's a whole mess of things.
It's not a blanket, it's a crutch.
No, religion
when they're
is
falling,
what they use for basically, basically to get the support of, like you said, the uneducated people. You throw you sprinkle religion on it, and you got a whole bunch of support. Yeah,
They're in there.
they're in there. You could say, oh, well, in the Bible, it says, I'm making ice cream is the best. Ice cream is the best. They're like, ice cream is the best.
Jesus said. It's in the red lettering.
Like, so it's kind of just like that kind of concept. It's just a blanket they use. Unfortunately, Christian men are dumb, and
like, as long as you say
as
long as you say in the church, in the Bible, they're on board.
They're on board. They're like, thumbs up, amen.
Yeah.
Give me like Deuteronomy, like why did I pick the one Bible?
The hardest one.
The hardest one. Genesis.
It just Trump's presidency, when he won that year, there was a statistic, I can't say the word, and it was the highest one of uneducated people coming out to vote. It was like the more lower class, whereas the highest, the numbers sparked the highest in votes.
Yeah. I just feel like that was kind of just like a lot of people voted due to the fact that we had a black president prior to him.
Oh yeah.
And they did not like that.
They did it.
And he was like a Democrat. It was revenge. That whole thing was revenge. So we're going to get the most absurd person.
Yeah. Payback.
Yeah, literally. So what do you think will be the effects of this overruling?
Well, I just feel like it's hard for me. Maybe I'm just being like, what's it called? Like when you don't want to accept something.
Delusional.
Maybe I'm being delusional.
Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna happen. Like I can't picture a world where this can happen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's absurd.
I feel like I don't know. Like if that does, like
I can't fathom. That's why I don't have much to say, because I'm just like, okay, like you guys are saying this, and people are talking, but at the end of the day, like there's no way. There's no way. Like it just doesn't. I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Like that's like you saying like, let's go back to slavery.
I feel like this is a very dangerous
Road
thing they're playing with.
Oh yeah.
I was watching this one thing. They talked about how when this case was happening, that people were like sending things to clinics and Planned Parenthoods, like bombs and like throwing stuff, killing people.
I could definitely see that happening.
And then this one lady, she responded to this. She's like, yeah, I used to work in a clinic and I used to open the mail in this one room. So if someone put like certain things in there, it would just like hurt me. Yeah. And I feel like that can happen again. Like there's very crazy people.
Considering how it's been the last couple years, especially with the last election, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
The whites will get angry.
Yeah.
So I saw
the cocks will get angry.
I saw a TikTok though, besides that, a domino effect as to what else can be overturned.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like it would.
I
can't think about it because how.
I mean,
like,
okay, let's say it
we're
did
in
happen.
America.
I thought Trump was not going to be president.
Okay, let's say this did happen. So obviously, one of the things would be unsafe abortions.
Yeah, because it's not going to stop. I'm sorry.
It's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop. There's going to be a lot of doctors and people in the medical practice that will still be performing this.
Oh yeah.
That support abortion, that will have underground clinics and like underground offices.
Yeah.
So that's still going to happen. And another thing is women traveling across state lines to get an abortion.
Right.
What if it's too late? What if they didn't find out they were pregnant until blah, 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 blah. And some states have that, have those laws.
Yeah.
It's like you can only have
an abortion like
this
up
week.
to a certain
I think I was reading it. I can't remember.
I don't
think
really
it was Texas
know.
or Oklahoma. It was like you can only have an abortion at the latest is 6 weeks.
And most women find out they're
at
pregnant
6 weeks or like later.
Or later.
They're like almost done with their first trimester sometimes.
And I feel like another thing that's going to happen is limited access on contraceptive, especially emerging contraceptive. Like I feel like
Plan B.
like Plan B.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like either that's going to be really hard to find because people are going to like buy that shit, especially if you live in like a red state. So I feel like it's going to be really like difficult to have that access.
Yeah. I mean, in a world where this possibly can happen.
Yeah. That's what I want to talk about. Like, what if it did?
Because it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. I mean, it's just going to be history repeating itself.
Yeah.
How growing up in history class, I don't know if your teacher ever went into that when it came to Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Because I did have a professor that did. But there was people like families or like, I wouldn't say families, more like friends, women performing abortions on each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hanger.
Uh-huh.
I always think of like movies hangers.
Yeah.
Hangers.
So I just feel like the same thing will happen. People will just get smarter. Oh, drink this. But then like you're risking your own life. Like women, you're going to be risking your own life just trying to live.
Especially in Black and brown communities where they don't have resources.
Yes.
Maybe they don't have transportation to go over state lines. They don't have the funds.
You know how you asked for a reason about as to why you think overturning this also
that was a while ago.
I know, but talking about contraceptives, that's a huge industry. Would would also
capitalism?
Would that be the booming of profiting off of
capitalism?
Because I think about this, right? Cigarettes are still legal.
Oh yeah,
and we were raised with
how
facts.
are cigarettes still
exactly?
legal? And you're trying to ban abortion
because that's why
make it make sense.
Because tobacco is so profitable.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. Like how is like emergency contraceptives and regular contraceptives like how isn't that profitable? Like you know how many women are on that?
Yeah,
it's a money making industry. Like how are I don't understand why this is an issue. Aren't you making money off of it? Like, why are you so, like, concerned? Am I wrong?
I understand.
Do you know how expensive a birth control is?
$50.
Through insurance.
Your emergency contraceptive $50, but insurance.
No,
like,
through insurance. We can go to thousands. In general, the medical.
I feel like it's a couple hundreds. Well, I mean, it's free for us.
No, certain like an implant. That's
yeah. Implant shots.
Yeah, those add up.
That's money.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're still making, and you know, at the end of the day, shit is getting taxed.
Yeah,
the government's making money off.
That's
of
a whole other issue with feminine and anything being taxed. Like that's a whole other thing too.
Tampon tax. Fuck that shit.
The whole other thing, but that is confusing. It is super profitable.
Yeah, money never stops. They just want more money.
Just greedy motherfuckers.
Yeah, every person is a dollar sign to the government.
Dude, this is literally the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
If you start seeing red cloaks anywhere, run the other way.
Have you watched that show?
I know what I mean. I know the aspects of it. Like they be breeding women like nobody's business.
So I mean, we can do a brief in case someone.
A backstory. So basically in this show, kind of the same thing happens. Like the population, women aren't having babies.
Yes.
And it's more like, they're not having several reasons. Like they're
environment.
Environment is not clean, and it's affecting the women's reproductive system. Women don't want to have babies, so they're getting abortion. So the ones who can have babies are getting abortion, and the ones who can't.
Yeah.
So the population's going down. So there's like this. I don't even know if it's religious. It's this cult.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
But they like say it.
Religion.
It's like religion.
Yeah, it's like a religion because they like cite. I don't know.
Under
Whatever.
his eye.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got goosebumps. Ooh, thinking about that.
Under his eye.
Yeah. Oh God, that gives me trauma.
Is that what that's what their God is?
No, that's like their
They're
God bless
saying,
you.
Yeah.
Oh, under his eye. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
under
like
his eye.
that's.
I
their God
rebuke
bless-
that. Do not say under his eye to me.
So like basically, what happens? They form a cult. It starts politically, I believe.
It starts politically.
Like he was like, I don't know, he was some sort of politician.
Yeah, it was
Again,
actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
it
has
was
a woman by his-
co-signed by the wife, and the wife actually made a book. So she was going on tours to like different places, talking about it.
So they were smart. They used a woman as their
of the front.
mascot.
Yeah.
So basically, it got to a point where they were targeting women who
Are fertile.
are fertile, like by their gynecologist or something. Women who've had abortion because they know they can have babies. So they would get this information, and they basically started kidnapping them.
Yeah.
And taking them to these camps where you were assigned to a family who was like a higher up in this cult, and you would have babies for them. Like you would literally be raped by the husband
And the wife.
and the wife. I
assisted.
forget about the wife would hold you down.
It was actually hard to watch.
Very hard to watch. The birthing process, how the wife was given.
I'm like,
just like,
ma'am,
you're
you don't
not
feel
having-
shit right now.
You're not having the baby. So it was like mind blowing. So basically the couple would rape the woman, and usually it was a young woman because you know.
Yeah.
And they would have baby. God forbid that they didn't get pregnant. It was like
You get beheaded. Was that where I heard the beheaded?
you basically go through a process. Like you would go to the doctors. They would make sure you're still fertile. If there was something wrong, they would fix it, whatever. But if you were to have a baby that wasn't healthy or anything like that, you
to
would,
the mines.
You'd basically be shunned to like this area, unhealthy working area
Yeah.
that benefits the cult.
Yeah.
It would work for them, basically. You would be a slave.
That
Yeah.
is terrifying.
Or you would be
Like a maid, like what are they called? The ones that were wearing blue?
I forgot.
Not the gray.
The gray.
I forgot they're called.
Yeah, but basically
Basically
like
a nanny.
yeah, basically nanny, cook, clean,
Yeah, like a
all
maid
that
or a
stuff.
nanny.
Yeah, maid
That's a
nanny.
huge HIPAA violation right there.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
What do you
Oh,
mean
yeah.
you're going to doctors and finding out if she's fertile or
Yeah,
not?
but
Yeah.
it like even though that sounds so extreme, it's like that's what comes to mind.
That's
it's
like I always said, like this will happen if we like I literally said years ago, because this show started years ago. I'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, if we ever like go back to Roe versus Wade, like this is gonna happen.
This is gonna
And
happen.
now we're here, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, but I'm just like, half of me, like I said earlier, like how the fuck is this gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like do you know how many women? You know the power of women. Like you really think this shit is gonna happen? LOL, because
I get. For me, I'm not too sure. I don't want to. It being over.
say it, girl.
I don't
Just
wanna
say it.
It happening.
Uh-huh.
But if it did happen, I don't
Yeah.
think it'll get to extremes of him because of the
That's right,
power
too.
of the power of like.
of women.
That's kind of like the whole slavery thing.
You would literally have to shoot women up and
Yeah.
be like, have
You're
a baby
having
or
this
not.
baby.
And how is like a group of people gonna do that?
And like we are fortunate enough to live in a state where
Thank
supports
God.
this
Thank
decision,
God. That shit would never fly in New York.
and so it's just like
Because they're like, we got
I
too
don't
many
think
damn
that would
people
ever
already.
happen in the state of New York.
No, can't see it. So
But those other states,
yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Down
like, what
south.
are the regulations? Did they say as to what, like, besides, how far along you are,
No,
or
I
like
don't
as
know
to
the
reasons,
details.
like you have to be unfortunately in
The state laws,
Yeah,
it differs for each state.
yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
like, would it like first of all, like you have to have a reason, like I was raped, or like God
Yeah.
forbid, like
Yeah.
I just need it done.
Like aside from that law, I was seeing that I believe it was the state of Missouri, I believe, that they wanted to lower the age of marriage for a child. 12 years old.
What?
12 years old. 12 fucking years old.
What?
That's a child.
What?
Nothing's developed.
She don't even have titties.
You're not developed at 18. I was lost as hell at 18.
Yeah. It's really sad.
It's infuriating and scary.
Yeah, and to go back, we're gonna mention it about like other laws that would be in the works of being overturned as well.
Okay.
So like gay marriage.
Yeah, interracial, like
because that's federal right now.
And it's state based. You will make these regulations on state based.
Yeah.
So basically, what they're trying to do is instead of having one law across, they want to do it how it was back in the day.
Yeah, just state laws.
Oh,
that's like with everything that's scary. There's a lot of things that were state laws. People weren't even allowed to interact with black people.
Interracial marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Like, it's a scary thing as to what's the point of a democracy if then these states can make.
I just don't understand why are we going back.
Yeah, why are we going back?
Can we go back?
No.
That's
just the answer is no.
And that's crazy.
But all I'm gonna say, all in law,
shit's whack.
Yeah, shit sucks.
You're whack.
You know what? Abortion doesn't have a look. Like I feel like people think of abortion and they think about like
16-year-old girl.
Yeah, or like poor, like trashy.
No, abortion can look like a 29-year-old educated
100K,
career woman.
100K salary.
Yeah, abortion does not have a look, and abortion does have its benefits.
Yeah,
people have had their lives saved because they ended a pregnancy.
Yeah.
So for you to paint, because usually what they do is when it's like anti-abortion, they paint a picture. They'll show you the little baby.
Yeah. They'll hand out the little baby dolls.
Oh, feel this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So they paint a picture like, oh, this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
No.
What about that hard working woman?
That's a life.
Yeah. That's a life that has worked so hard to get where she's at.
Yeah.
And se descuidó. Like she, shit happens. You slept with someone. You slept with someone's husband. You can't have that shit happen.
It's not even that. Women who are in abusive relationships or getting out of relationship they no longer want to be in.
Yeah, and they don't want.
But whatever the reason is,
it does not matter.
It's not your fucking problem.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's not your problem. But like you think, like abortion does not have a look at all, and I feel like people look down to people that like have been open about their abortions.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like, I don't think you realize like certain people wouldn't be where they're at
exactly
if it wasn't for an abortion.
Exactly. And that child's life, it probably wouldn't have been like a good experience. You know what I mean? Like they probably wouldn't have the resources. That parent wouldn't be able to provide. So what about that life? No, because you just care after the baby's born.
Yeah.
You don't care.
And people don't realize, too, the aspects of what an abortion is. It's not you take a pill and boom, okay, you're done. It's an effect on your body, too.
Yeah, it takes a toll on a woman's body.
If you read what happens during a time, it's not like... scientifically, it's painful.
Yeah.
Your body is literally rejecting something.
Yeah.
And people think it's as easy as popping a Tic Tac. This person made this decision.
Yeah.
It's a decision at the end of the day. And whatever they decide to do, that's on them. But
did you see that one? It was an interview. And there was this one reporter talking about this. And she took an abortion pill during that interview. And those people that were interviewing her, they were like, what? What did you just take? He's like, I took an abortion pill. I'm having an abortion now. And I was like,
I'm like,
what a boss ass bitch. What a boss ass bitch.
I think people, and I think when they see it as, oh my God, if you're going to have one, you're going to have 30 more.
Not necessarily.
But that's
why does it matter?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
The gist of this episode is like,
why does it matter?
Why does it matter? What's it to you?
And it's based on always a male opinion.
Yeah.
Sometimes female though too.
Sometimes female too.
It's based on a, pro-life opinion.
Yeah, and if it's like you want us to be a father so bad, adopt a baby.
Or how
Hire a
about you get a
surrogate.
partner that wants to have your baby?
Yeah.
They're, like I said, they're these people, women, men, they're pro-life when it's convenient.
Yeah.
When it's an inconvenience, they know what time their appointment is. They know where they have to go.
Mm-hmm.
They bought the stuff to prepare.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's for you believe it's going to be better for that person.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's your opinion doesn't matter unless you're physically make that decision or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all an individual. We can always have like so much power, but I feel like we all can do something to help. And even just this and talking about it and stating these opinions and reasonings and like providing this information is one thing to help. I know you have an article pulled up. Maybe you can read some things off there.
So basically, if you want to be, I don't know, basically do something. Like you said, it's one person. It still matters.
Still matters.
You can always contact your local officials. Like, I mean, those of yous who live upstate, it's a little red area, so you might get, but that's important.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you live like in the valley and your areas of red area.
Yeah.
I know
I
New
feel
York,
like that's more important.
yeah. So definitely send those letters to those officials. Like, you can honestly look online, even on Planned Parenthood. It has a link to find your local officials. You put your address in there and it gives you a list of who your officials are, their phone numbers, blow up their phones.
Yeah.
Like, they're supposed to be representing you. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Orange County is red.
Yes.
So unfortunately,
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, y'all got your red people
Yeah.
supporting you, representing you. But yeah, make your basically your opinions known. If they're supposed to be representing you, they're supposed to be representing what's important to you. No matter what they represent, because it don't matter.
Exactly.
They're one person. We're a whole community.
Yeah.
So make sure you go out there, talk to your officials, challenge them.
Yeah.
Challenge them. Bring them with the facts, with the experience, with the stories. Put them in difficult situations, because that's the only way they're going to understand. Like you saying like, oh no, like pro-choice. Like, yeah, that's cute. But they already know that. You know how many people have pro-choice.
I see them
like,
driving. I mean, see them all posted on 211. I just want to go.
It's all that it's all that saying. For change to happen, you have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, make them uncomfortable though. Put them in these situations where just like, can I just have respectfully? Can I have a seat?
Yeah.
Can we have lunch together? I just want to talk about, a couple things that are important to me. And you as my representative should listen.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for. That's literally what they get paid for, to represent you. But I don't think, especially as minorities, we don't realize that that's what we're voting for. When we're voting for someone who's our voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. Like I said, it was in Planned Parenthood. You can also donate. I'm not sure where the money, like some people are skeptical. Don't quote me. I don't. All I see is that they say donate. You can look into that.
I just feel like if you're going to donate, it should be either like a local community.
Okay,
I mean, doesn't mean like necessary. Let's say your community is fine. There can be a community in what's a southern state, Arkansas, that needs help, and it's a local small organization, and they need help. That's something.
I like
Planned
that.
Parenthood has I think there are forms where you can donate.
I saw this one TikTok, this one girl, she advised girls, if they're going to buy emergency contraceptive, buy it online.
Okay.
So stores can be stocked.
Okay.
And I feel like that's very important.
I actually just did. First of all, just so y'all know, like I usually buy my emergency contraceptives. I usually buy my I usually buy my Plan Bs on Amazon.
Yeah.
I usually go generic.
Yeah.
I swear to you, it was at $7 when I checked.
$7. Yeah.
When I checked this morning, it's at $14.
Get them now, please.
So,
literally get them now. It's not even like
I bought like 5 of them just to like have them like stockpile. So I'm just like, just in case if I see them go back down, I know to stock up on it.
Yeah.
And this is people, and I think also like the bad rep of having contraceptive is people who are single, who are not married. Like there's everyone buy these.
I feel like
married people
in relationships, that's a resource. That's something that they use. I feel like another thing important, especially for those that are in like red states and like you're not sure, switching your birth control from 1 month to 3 months.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're taking away our resources. You don't know what's next.
Right.
And I feel like it's better to have those
to be ready.
Yeah, to be ready.
Meaning 3 months, have your 3 months supply.
3 months supply of birth control.
And stock up on good old condoms.
Condoms, bro. Just get fucking
If
condoms.
you know you don't want a baby, just, I mean, like I said, like sometimes shit happens.
Yeah.
And you're in the, shit happens.
Just, pausa, papi.
Just
put it on.
You know.
First of all,
wrap it up.
Christian homes.
Yeah.
Educate. Don't let this be a taboo. This is very real.
Yeah.
Sex is very real. Yeah. Sex is natural. Sex is a beautiful thing. It's okay.
She always says that. Sex is a
because
beautiful thing.
It is. Let's be real. And you're not educating them.
Yeah.
The minute they find out, oh, this is sex, educate. It don't cost nothing to educate.
I like that laugh.
It don't cost nothing to educate.
No.
Stop being afraid to talk to your child. Just because you're going to talk to your child don't mean it's a free for all that they're going to do it all the time. No. The more they're educated, the more they're not going to be afraid. The more they're not going to be willing to take better care of themselves.
Yeah, and look for resources
and
a
look
way
for
to help
resources.
them.
Don't be afraid to talk to your kids. I don't know if a lot of parents don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
No glove, no love.
But yeah, that specific goes to people who like know that for sure a child is not, you know, in their future at the moment. Because like I said, an abortion is very traumatizing on a woman's body. It takes a toll on your body. It has effects to your body. So, you know, kind of beat the system a little bit and be prepared. Stock up on your plan Bs. If you're on birth control, which birth control is a whole nother story, but some people, it works for some people. I had to stop that shit, but
yeah, educate what works for you.
Yeah, what works for you. Buy condoms.
Get a vasectomy.
100%.
It's reversible.
Dude.
Get a vasectomy.
100%. I'm 100% for vasectomies.
Go vasectomy.
Let's go vasectomies.
Yeah,
vasectomies.
Oh my god, you tell Ben. What's it? And like what's like male birth control now is being in.
I don't trust that.
Testing.
Vasectomy, bro.
Let me see the scar.
Is there a scar?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's such a minor surgery.
Let me see it.
Yeah,
it's such a minor surgery.
It's internal.
Yeah. I mean, they have to go through the balls.
They have to go through the hole.
But it's reversible.
Go ahead, do it. Be showing.
We are so pro vasectomy.
So pro vasectomy. You get a vasectomy.
Nah, but they're quick to tell a woman to tie her tubes. Be quick to tell a man to. What do they do? Cut off? I don't know.
What?
They're quick to tell a woman to tie their tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they ain't quick enough to tell a man. You're taking their manhood away.
Machismo. That's why.
But yeah, get a vasectomy. Or force your man to get a vasectomy.
Well, not force.
Force.
If we're gonna be pro-choice, we can't.
All right. You're right.
We can't force someone else.
You're right.
So, but educate.
Okay. Yeah. Educate.
No force.
Yeah. No. I also just wanted to restate, if you wanted any of our resources, especially that draft, since you can't get it, if you don't want to pay for Washington Post, I can send you that. And yeah, if you just want to talk about it with us, if you have no one else to talk to, we're more than welcome. Our DMs are always open.
Yeah.
So
we'll link on our YouTube page, our articles and stuff.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can do that as well. But yeah, we are very open. I personally have experience with that. So if you guys want to talk about it, I'm 100% open. My DMs are always open. Any questions you have, feel free. Okay.
Yep.
This is a safe space.
Go vasectomy.
This is a safe space. But with that being said, we do have a little bit of news. We will start releasing episodes every other week now. We will not be taking a break.
No.
I know last time we took a break and
it was a long one.
I feel like it was a long break. I was
so we're not going to be taking a break. So we're just going to keep hitting you guys with episodes, but every other week.
Yeah.
The content will still be there.
Yeah. So it's just, you know, a little. You have time, and it's summertime. Like, I know you don't want to be hearing our voice, right?
You're not cooped up in the house.
Right?
You in the streets.
So
I
see you every other week.
Facts.
So with that being said, after this episode releases, we will see you every other Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You can reach us you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Instagram is Ni Santas Ni Diablas. Same with TikTok and YouTube is Ni Santas Ni Diablas.
No period.
And you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And other streaming sites.
Anywhere that
everywhere.
streams podcasts.
Yeah, to be honest, we'll pop up.
But like, subscribe, comment,
share.
We appreciate all the shares.
Yes, 100%. If you have any topics you guys want to hear us discuss, let us know. If you have any questions,
if you want to be a guest,
let us know.
If you have an interesting topic you want to talk about, you're passionate about, why not?
I love that. All right, bye guys.
Deuces.
Bye.